Have you ever reached to a person and you share something interesting and then the person doesn't even react in a happy way, telling you that in 2019, my dad stops paying my school fees? As a young man, I think that would be enough for me to be like, you know what, this is the end of life. Why am I even here? You know, and that's how suicide things came in. But what can I learn from this experience as a person? You're in a relationship and someone rejects you. Ask yourself, be like, okay, this person has rejected me because of this and this. What did I do wrong? You get? What did I do good? Was it my fault? It was their fault. In 2019, my life changed from what I dreamt of to something I never expected in life. I personally, there was a lot going on at home. My mom left and everything. I lived a life that I never dreamt of, a life of rejection, a life of crying, a traumatized life. That was in 2019. But if I'd stopped, I don't think I would have even been here today. But I am here. Many things happened. My dad stopped paying my school fees in that year. He told me to sit down and wait for my siblings to come and catch up with me on that level that I had reached on. And my siblings were way, way, way back. I think the last one was like in P6, P5 there. And I was joining Form 5. So he stopped paying my school fees. I joined my Form 5 1 week to end the first term. But hey, I'm here. I'm Mavin from the I'm Mavin 256 podcast. And I want to welcome you here to the reality. We talk about emotions. We talk about wonderful topics and amazing things here. So you're in the right place and at the right channel. First of all, I want to thank God for keeping us safe and making us reach here today, alive. We pray and send our mercies to those ones that have lost their loved ones. And we say, may God comfort you in this tough period and as we continue with life. Those who are sad, those who are not happy, everything will be fine and everything will be well. Today's show, I'm doing it alone as Mavin, and my co-host is not around. But still, that won't stop us from running and doing our wonderful and amazing show today. On camera, I have Ronnie, and we are going to run this show together. So today I'm talking about something we call rejection. Rejection. We have all been rejected at one point, as I told you. My dad disowned me at one point. I wanted to kill myself. That was committing suicide. I tried, but didn't go through. And I thank God that He kept me alive, that I'm here today to share this story that will motivate you, will inspire you. How did I return from rejection to resilience? The topic today is rejection to resilience. We have all been disappointed by either our loved ones, our friends, in circles where we stay, where we be, relationship-wise. You send a proposal to a company that you think your proposal will be so good and so wonderful, but they reject it. If you've been dating this person for some good years, the person rejects you at the end of it all. You know, a lot that happens and transpires in life that affects us as human beings, and it's okay. But I'm here to tell you that rejection doesn't define you. Rejection refines you. This is the biggest problem that we face as young people. I've dedicated myself in this period, I think in the next coming episodes, to talk about the silent killers of our dreams. As young people, there are many things that are not being taught to us as young people, as the youth. And these things, they want us to, we need to do self-discovery, to look for these things, to do research and understand. And if you're not taught these things in life, sometimes it becomes so hard for us. They tell us that experience is the best teacher most of the times, but if you prepare yourself, I think it's the best way to go. Because they will never tell you that comparison can kill you, it can lead you to stress and depression. They will never tell you that rejection can kill your dream, because not everyone is resilient to come back after they have been rejected. So I'm here to pave a way for you that once you receive this rejection, you receive this disappointment, you can start again and move on in life. And I believe if you watch this, we are going to be better. We have a lot of dreams as young people. Many of us, we want to be successful, we want to be rich, we want to be better. And the journey to our success most of the times, it has a lot of challenges. Hindrances are there on the journey, and we don't know how to overcome these challenges, these hindrances, these problems we get, the rejections that we get on the way, the stress, but we want to get to the end point. And most of the times what happens is that people do quit halfway. They leave the journey halfway. And at the end of it all, they are not becoming successful and they don't become successful, which is something bad. But I'm here to clarify that and give you the best way. So, why does rejection hurt so much? Rejection hurts so much because as humans, our brain is wired to acceptance and belonging. So how your brain, how your mind reacts when rejection hits, it's like it compares rejection similarly to physical pain. That's how your brain, because when we are rejected, our sense of belonging and acceptance is being hurt. And what happens is that your brain will figure out that rejection is physical pain. And that's why it's going to hurt you so much, because your feeling, your sense of acceptance and belonging has been hurt. And most of the times as humans, one thing we fight for is belonging. Belonging is in this form of I'm loved, I'm taken care of, my friends take care of me, they find out on me, how am I doing, everything I do, they love it. So, and I'm being accepted by these people, by my dad, my parents, and everyone, So that is the sense of acceptance and belonging. So when that sense of acceptance and belonging is being affected, your brain reacts in a way of that this is physical pain. And that's why it hurts so much. You get? And we are being affected because of that. So that's why rejection hurts so bad. You get in our life. So how does rejection impact our life most of the times? So rejection affects us in many ways, by the way. Because number one thing is that many of us start doubting ourselves, Me, the time I really wanted to commit suicide, I think I was like, what is the importance of me being on this planet, I'm not worthy to be on this planet. I've suffered a lot. But really, was it worthy for me to sit down and be like, okay, let me commit suicide? I doubted myself. I was like, I'm not enough. I'm not supposed to be here. And that's what happens most of the times. We start shutting down emotionally as human beings. Have you ever reached to a person and you share something interesting and then the person doesn't even react in a happy way? What you've shared is something that is joyful, but the person just looks at you. These are people that have been affected by the rejection most of the times. I won't say that all, but a few, They're like, even if, let's take it in love, even if you do something wonderful for them in the relationship, it's not something that will appetize them and make them happy. Reason being is that they have seen rejection before, and this has caused them to shut down emotionally as human beings. They're not affected emotionally, like being happy, sad, they're always there, they're just numb. And you ask yourself, what's the problem with these people? That's rejection. Even rejection makes us to question our worth. like I'm not important. Maybe you're at a workplace and your boss, every time you put in your work, your boss is like, now you feel you're just stupid. Go back to campus, go back to primary schools, high schools when we were studying. Our teachers, most of the times, and I think this is a problem that they need to look at. You don't know how you impact a student by telling them that you're stupid. You're not wise. You're belittling someone. You're making them question themselves, am I worthy? And this is what happens to most of the people. They start seeing the world in a negative way that, for me, even if I do A, B, C, D, I'll never be successful because they've told me I'm not wise. Someone cannot even stand in a meeting to share a point because they believe they are not wise and they are not intelligent. And this is something bad, You start questioning yourself. So, number one, you shut down emotionally. You start doubting yourself, You'll be like, Mavin, you can do this, but you don't believe in yourself that you can do it because you doubt yourself. You doubt yourself. You don't believe in yourself that, yes, I can do this because of rejection. Maybe one of the time, once in a while, or like back then, maybe you were in a meeting and you shared your points and they were like, now what to gamba she, what are you trying to tell us? What you're telling us is not even important. And now you doubt yourself, even the little that you used to do or the small that you knew that you could do perfectly. You can't do it because you doubt yourself personally. And this is going to kill your dreams. And this is what I'm here to talk about as the youth, as young people. These are things that we need to understand, that rejection is there and it's part of our lives, and it won't kill us. This does, as I've said in the intro, rejection doesn't define you. It just reframes you. Refines you as a person. And one of the other points is that anxiety, or it leads to depression. You're rejected in a relationship. You're rejected by your friends, by your group of friends. And what happens? You start saying that, maybe what have I not done for these people? You go into stress, and after stress, that is depression. You find someone losing appetite. They're no longer interested in their friends that, even in their hobbies that they used to do, because they feel like their friends are not around. They cannot do what they used to enjoy. And that affects us so much. You find someone losing weight, they're depressed because of rejection. And, and that can even be the end of your life, which is not something good, So it is always essential to remember that rejection isn't the reflection of your worth, It's like, as an individual, it's just often a matter of compatibility. And maybe someone not even understanding you. Because if someone says, if you go and share your dream with someone, like how I started my podcast in Jan this year, and often, and most of the times, people rejected it. They were like, first wait, it's not yet the right time. Do this, do this, do this. And many rejected it. So for them, the problem is they cannot dream like me. They don't understand what I'm trying to do. You get? Same goes to you when you're in a certain meeting and you share out your point and one doesn't understand it. Yes, maybe it might not be correct, but there's a point you're trying to drive that the other one won't understand. Someone is rejecting you. And one thing I've learned in rejection is that rejection always protects us. Rejection is a protection. This is one thing I believe as a Christian, that once you're rejected, there's something God is protecting you from. If it's maybe you're a boy, you're trying to date someone, and they reject you, there's a lot that are protecting you from that you don't know, but you want to persist. If you've been rejected, chill, If same goes to our workplaces, they reject you, they're giving you a stepping stone that leave this place, go find something better to do. So rejection most of the times is just helping us. And these people that reject us, is maybe someone is calling you stupid. To them, that's how they view you, as someone who's stupid. But honestly, for you, you're not. Because if you believe that you're stupid, at the end of it all, what will happen? You start saying that I'm stupid, yet you're not. So it's the problem of the person who's saying that you are stupid. Leave them to believe it like that, because you are not. I believe in myself that I'm not. Because they told me in the start that, you leave YouTube, You will not get the numbers. Well, now we are in 300 something subscribers. So if I believed in them and questioned myself that I'm not worthy to start the YouTube channel, honestly, do you think I would have even reached here where I am right now? So rejection is a number one thing that helps us as human beings to be protected in a certain way. So look at rejection as something that is protecting you from danger, from a problem that is coming. You get? And use it as a stepping stone. So back then, as I was telling you that in 2019, my dad stopped paying my school fees. As a young man, I think that would be enough for me to be like, you know what, this is the end of life. Why am I even here? You know, and that's how suicide things came in. But I sat down with myself. I was like, I want to be rich at the end of it all. I want to graduate. I want to wear that degree. I'm not stopping here in Form 4. I'm not. I'm going to go do Form 5, do Form 6, go to university. And I can give you this as my testimony, honestly. I finished campus last year in December with a degree in guidance and counseling. So I changed the rejection into something big. At one point, my dad, this old man, was like, you're not my son. That's the biggest rejection that you can ever receive in life. Person telling you that you're not their son, yet is the one and not the one who gave birth to me, but is my father, my biological father, and at this point he's saying, because of what I was doing, not reflecting with what he wanted, it made him think that I'm not his son. So, how did I change the rejection into resilience? Because I'm here right now. I finished, I graduated. I'll not say I'm doing way bigger, but I'm better than where I used to be back then. If you look at my old pictures, I was so small, my nigga, but I thank God of where I am right now. People are telling me, you're growing fat, but yes. So, can we now go to something we call reframing? Can we change rejection into something bigger? Reframing rejection is our next point. So, how can we reframe rejection? You know, I want us to see rejection as an opportunity for growth, you know, as an opportunity to learn and improve yourself as a human being. The biggest thing is ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience as a person? You're in a relationship and someone rejects you. Ask yourself, be like, okay, this person has rejected me because of this and this. What did I do wrong? You get? What did I do good? Was it my fault? It was their fault. Look into that. Be like, okay, maybe it was mine. Let me improve this and this and this here. You're at a workplace. You do maybe a proposal and something, and your boss rejects it. Ask yourself, why did my boss reject this proposal? Why? How can I improve? Was it my problem or it's their problem? What other thing can we talk about that we can use this as an opportunity? Maybe someone calls you stupid. Use it as an opportunity to prove, okay, you're saying I'm stupid maybe because I perform poorly. Can I go and read so that I better myself and be the best, you know? So, reframing is something that is so important and vital. Change the rejection into an opportunity. Look at it as something that you use to grow, as something that you use to bounce back, you get? So by reframing rejection, we can begin to see it as a stepping stone to success. Because yes, I might not be successful that much, but I am at the moment, because when I started my YouTube channel, it was me and myself and the cameras that I had. But if right now we have 300 subscribers and something, that is success. That is an achievement, and milestone achieved, you get? So use rejection as a stepping stone to your success as a human being. So how do we get from rejection? We have learned it is you reframe rejection into success. I mean, use it as an opportunity for you to step into your success. So here is something that is so important. How can you be strong? because I've said reframe, do this. Number one thing is we have to build resilience. Resilience is something that we need to learn as we are on this journey of our success as young people. Resilience is something important and so good. Resilience is something that you use even if you don't have supper. You'll be like, you know what, God, yes, today I'm not having supper, but tomorrow I'll get what to eat. Yes, I've been rejected, but it's their problem. They have rejected me. They don't know what they have rejected, and you go. Most of these challenges, we pass through these challenges because we have resilience in ourselves. We believe in ourselves that we can make it as human beings. So if you build resilience into yourself, my God, you're going to be way better, you're going to be way bigger, and these challenges won't affect you as a person, because resilience is the key to healing from rejection. Because me, I'll tell you, back then, when he rejected me, when I tried committing suicide and everything, I tried calling a few people here and there. They told me this and this. From that point, I was like, you know what? Even if I suffer, even if I see myself as I won't make it, I'm going to make it. Even if the situation around me is showing me that you'll never be successful, I don't want to know about that. I started my Form 5. I did my Form 6. I've finished campus and I'm here. So I built resilience within me. Even if right now someone comes and tells me, you think what you're doing will never be successful. My God, you're just joking. Because you don't know what you're talking about. I believe in myself that I will make it. So what are the strategies that we can use to bounce back in life after being rejected? Number one thing is practicing self-care. Self-care is something important that we all need. Whether it's bouncing back from rejection or even in our normal life, self-care is important both for our physical, our emotional, and mental well-being. Self-care is something that by the way, some people think self-care is also expensive, but resting is something that is important in self-care. Can you have plenty of time to sleep? Can you have some good minutes to go and rest? Not even minutes, like hours, because this helps your body to regenerate cells that will help you in growth. Because most of the times when you are overworking yourself and not giving yourself time to rest, it doesn't make your body fresh. But when you rest, you refresh yourself. Take yourself out, go into those beautiful places. Go to the zoo, go see those wild animals. If it's nice food, go out and eat it, This way makes you to practice self-love. Self-love is something that is important that we need as human beings. So self-care is something that you do to help you bounce back from rejection. Then we have reframing negative thoughts. This is one of the episodes that I talked about negative mindset that we need to change, and I termed that as mindset. So can we change our mindset that is negative into positivity? Challenge the negative self-talk and you focus on the positive one. Yes, they're telling you you're stupid, but you're like, no, I'm not stupid. That is a negative talk. You're not smart. You cannot make it. Change that negative thought into, I can make it. I can be better. For you, you never make it in life. Even in your family, there's no one that has ever reached. Because I want to tell you that for me, they were like, for you, don't even waste your time. Where are you going? They are comparing me to other family members that have been around in the clan and everything. They have never reached here and here. But I was like, no, for me, you won't tell me those things. You get, and above all of these things, there's something we call God. Do you love God? Do you trust in God? Can you listen? Let me even first put down my phone. God is something that is going to help you in this process of rejection and even in our daily life. Because when you listen to God, when you pray to God, when you believe in Him, when you have faith, that is the most important weapon. They're telling you your family members have never made it in life. But you have faith, you're like, God, I trust in you. I know I will make it. I know I'm the chosen person in this family. I know I'm going to be the breadwinner. God honestly will make it. Because me, every day, I used to tell myself, yes, ABCD is happening, but I now make it. And have the thing in yourself, like for me, I have like 2-3 points, that principles that I follow. If something happens to me, I know it has happened because it had to happen. You know, if I do something, I know I was supposed to do that thing. If I'm rejected, I know that I was supposed to be rejected there and there. If I fail, I put it in my mind, I know that yes, I was supposed to fail this, but I don't blame myself and be like, I don't. I believe everything happens for the right reason, and everything will happen at its right time. You get? So you might say, for you, maybe you're better, for you just want to motivate us. Yes, I might want to motivate you, which is something that I'm looking up to. But the main thing is that how can we fight rejection and we become way, way better? So look at every challenge as something that was supposed to happen. You know, if you don't have food this day, understand, I used to tell myself that at times maybe we wouldn't eat. I'm like, okay, yes, today I wasn't supposed to eat. Like, that's how God had planned it for me. I wasn't supposed, So I'm like, okay, I know He has something better for me. You get? If something bad happens to me, I'm like, yes, God had planned it to happen this way and was supposed to happen. You get? So after that point of reframing negative thoughts, we have a point of develop a growth mindset. See rejection as an opportunity for growth. We have talked about that up, and this will encourage you. Then build a support network. What kind of people are in your circle? Right now, for me, as I have friends that are pushing me. I have one person that is there, I won't mention it, but he keeps on telling me, what you're doing is right for you. Keep doing, keep doing, keep doing. So what kind of circle do you have there? You know? Are you having these people that are always telling you you're not worthy? For you, you're not stupid. For you, you are a failure. Change that circle. Have a circle that will keep pushing you and go on. Then my last point on how we can bounce back is focus on what you can control. What you can't control, I just beg, just leave it, because that's out of your control. There are some things that we cannot change, things that are out of our control. Just leave that. Leave that with God. Just pray about it. But something you can control, focus on that. This will help you to grow. This will help you to move. You get? So instead of wasting your energy on what is wrong, this and this happened, focus on what you can control and improve. So rejection is something that we can change. Rejection is something that we can focus on, and we make it to be an opportunity for us to grow as a stepping stone into our success and to become better. So I will tell you that rejection is not a reflection of your worth. It's an opportunity for you to grow as a human being. Remember that you're not alone in this journey, in this life. You have friends and you have people around you. And I want to tell you that every no that happens to you in life, it's bringing you a step closer to your yes. You get? That person who rejected you, if it is a relationship, the better person is coming, That job that failed you, the better job is coming. That no that is there will not end your life. So I want to thank you for sticking around and watching this wonderful episode with me, what we have called Rejection to Resilience. I really appreciate you so much. So every person that sticks around to watch this episode from the start to the end, I really appreciate you so much. So thank you so much for sticking around. My name is Mavin. If you haven't subscribed to Mavin256, please go and subscribe. We call this a reality. We talk about real things that happen in life, basing on my experience, basing on research, basing on what psychology says. I believe you're going to be better and you're going to be good. I'll end by saying, welcome to the reality. Bye-bye.